Hello everyone, my name is Luo Jianhao. Today, the topic of my video presentation is tourist behavior, local values, and interpretation at Uluru. Here is the content page. First of all, I will give a brief introduction of this presentation. In the second to the fourth part, I will introduce the location, attraction, and the infrastructure of Uluru. After that, I will analyze the data of interview and explain the reason why people crime. In the last part of the presentation, I will talk about the arrangement for Uluru and give the conclusion. Move to the introduction. The Uluru is a national park in Australia, which co-managed by Aboriginal people and the Australia Government Agency Park Australia. Every year, there are more than 400,000 people come and visit the Uluru. Ananu, which is the local Aboriginal people, the Uluru has a great spiritual importance for them, and they feel that they have responsibility to the visitors' safety. Therefore, they want the tourists to come and learn their culture at home rather than climb on the rock. In the late 1970s, Ananu claimed their rights to the Uluru and the nearby land. During that time, their claims were widely contested and bitterly by the Northern Territory government. Because of the special location and the icon of Red Heart, those claimed unprecedented prominence in national debate about Aboriginal land rights. In 1985, Ananu ownership of Uluru National Park has been recognized, and the federal government's Director of National Park jointly managed by Ananu and Park Australia. The park's Aboriginal owner receive a percentage of the park visitor entry fee and an annual lease fee. This co-management was viewed as an opportunity for reconciliation and social justice as well as improved protection of the heritage and promoting the development of tourism. The Ayers Rock was named by an European surveyor, William Gross, in 1873. It is a famous attraction with a special red color, and because of the central location, it became an icon of Red Heart of Australia. However, the Ayers Rock was not famous at first. In 1958, the national park was declared, and the number of annual tourists was keep increasing. Moreover, in the early 1960s, the level of infrastructure was improved, and airline advertising and exposure in the popular press made the Ayers Rock came into people's sight. Ulara is a holiday resort which is located 20 km to the north of Uluru. It includes house, restaurants, bars, shopping facilities, and a resident population around 1,000 people. Some of the visitors come to Uluru for climbing because there are the market for viewing sunset and sunrise. However, Uluru is not always open for climbing. When the weather is very hot, windy, or wet, climbing in Uluru is banned, and there will be a large climb open or climb closed sign. Furthermore, animals are require visitors not to climb. They would like to show the natural, cultural, and spiritual landscape of the national park by using interactive display such as photos, text, audio, video, and tourist guide. For setting the rules that's suitable for the situation of Uluru, there was a face-to-face interview and also reviewed the results that used by Kathy Robinson and Richard Brecker. The survey addressed some of the aspects of the tourists, which include their participation in and experience of different activities. Also, whether or not they climbed a rock or were planning to, the reason why people choose to climb, and so on. In June 2004, they interviewed 441 people within 2 weeks and 540 people in 17 days in 2006. Overall, there are 2,175 people had participate in the interview and share their opinions. This number is more than 10% of the total annual visitors. Move to the results part. There are two tables that shows the result of this survey. The total number of the participation is 2,175. The biggest numbers of nationality group is Australia, and the others are from England, USA, Japan, German, and so on. To begin with, according to this table, different nationalities and age groups will have widely different in rate of crime rate. From table 1, we can see that Japanese has the highest rate of crime rate, which is 83%, while German is the lowest one with 21%. In addition, the young teenager which is below 18 years old form the group of most likely to crime, and the people that over 55 years old are least likely to crime. Overall, the data shows a great difference in nationalities and age, and the reason might be due to different sensitive and awareness of Aboriginal ownership, Aboriginal spirituality, social justice, and so on. There are the four main reasons why people choose to crime. First of all, knowledge and awareness of annual request. During the interview, we found that almost all the visitors knew that annuals asked tourists not to crime, but only a little part of people understand the reason why. Therefore, they don't care about the reason for not climbing. In the situation of Japan visitors, most of them have the tight schedule, exhausting travel line, and poor English language skills. All those reasons limit their exposure to an news perspective on the climbing. Secondly, many travelers prefer sensory and material motivation. For example, sightseeing and photograph from the top of the rock, following the children who wants to climb, the opportunity to overcome fear, challenge themselves, and gain a close sense of the rock. Some of the climbers will simply want to be able to say that they have climbed the highest rock. Also, there might be a competition between climbers that who can get to the top faster than others. Thirdly, is the ethic and appeal of climbing. Many visitors make their decision on climbing or not by following the ethic framework. There are 5 key areas: the authenticity and seriousness of the annual request not to climb, the ownership of the national park, the acceptability of restricting access to natural features, the scarcity of ulurus, and the negative impact of camping. Last but not least, visitor observation and experience in the national park. When visitors make their own decision, they are likely to influence by what they see and what they do, which means travelers might follow what others do even they do not know whether it's correct or not. The facilities and interpretative science attract people to a certain part, but in most of the attraction, which make climbing is highly visible. For example, in the national park, the car park and the sitting place are near the climbing area. When people see others are climbing, they might make their decision of climbing without consideration. To provide tourists with a better travel experience and to respect the annual culture, there are some arrangements. For instance, remove the large climb open sign and obscure the way to climb. Also, move the car park toilet away from the base of the climbing or switch the climbing area to an invisible place. Furthermore, the management office of the national park can be provide a special tour guide to the tourist group in order to show the side of the park in a different way rather than climbing. Like share the cultural story of Ananu to them and teach them what aspects should be considered while visiting Aboriginal land. In conclusion, Anangu is an important part of the World Cultural Heritage. The co-management of Uluru have provided a good example of indigenous rights, and there will be more and more people come and visit the Uluru National Park in the future. Providing service to tourists without damage the natural environment and sustainability is very important. The quality of tourists and the service route can play an important role in the protection of the national park. There are all kinds of different cultures in the world. They communicate with each other and influence each other, so that the world culture become rich and diverse. Therefore, every culture should be respected. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.